There is absolutely nothing you can do to make yourself invincible when it comes to physical security, but there is a lot you can do to make yourself significantly less vulnerable. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about safes for your silver and of course your gold, along with 3 tips that I have for when it comes to buying a safe. But really quick, just in case you're new, we are closing in on 10,000 subscribers, so join the party. Make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course the brand new Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But today I want to share 3 tips that I have for when it comes to buying a safe to keep your precious metals, your silver, your gold, even your currency, or your other valuables, well, safe. But if you are brand new to the silver stacking world and you're trying to get a safe for the first time ever, just please understand there's no such thing as the perfect safe. There's no such thing as a 100% guaranteed thief-proof safe. It doesn't exist, not to my knowledge anyway. I believe that a safe does not make you invincible, but it makes you substantially less vulnerable. So I want to get into 3 tips, and if you stick this video out to the end, I have 2 bonuses. One is a product that can make a lot of sense in the meantime, and the second one is a security strategy, which I know for a fact will come in handy. So first thing up on the list of tips that I have for buying a safe is the size of the safe. This is what a lot of people look at, this is what a lot of people take into consideration, and I know that looks can be deceiving. So if you go to the store, or if you're online shopping, whatever it is that you're doing, if you're looking around, shopping around for a safe, one of the first things people take into consideration is the size of the safe. Some people might see a safe that is like a monster in comparison to the amount of silver and gold that they have, and they might say to themselves like, wow, that is too extreme, that is too over dramatic for the amount of silver that I have right now. I do not need a safe that's that big, and they go for something that's more medium size. You don't want to go with a small safe because, well, you're gonna fill that thing up very, very quickly. If you go with a medium-sized safe, it makes a little bit more sense. You're like, okay, yeah, I got plenty of room to fill that thing up over time. Here's my tip. Tip number 1 when it comes to looking at the size of the safe. I say to go 1 size bigger than what you think makes sense. If you find the perfect safe and you're like, okay, this is the one, this makes the most sense, I believe it's wise to go 1 step bigger. So tip number 1 is go big or go home. That's just my opinion. I say spend a couple extra bucks on a safe that's a little bit bigger and get an extra couple of years out of it when it comes to actually filling it up to the top, to the point where you can't even fit an even 1 extra silver coin in there. Fill that thing up. If you go with a medium-sized one, you're gonna fill it up faster than filling up a large safe. So number 1 is go big or go home. That's what I believe. Now, tip number 2 is the hiding place. This is something else that people take into consideration. And if you live in a small house or if you live in an apartment, it could be incredibly difficult to hide the safe. And a lot of people will actually bury their silver underground, which, full transparency, I've always found that to be a little bit extreme, a little bit over dramatic. That just seems a little bit too extra for me. It might work for some people, doesn't work for this guy, and I know for a fact it doesn't work for most other people. So I think having a well-hidden safe is one of the biggest keys. And I think not only does it need to be hidden, but I think it needs to be incredibly difficult to break into or remove from the house if it somehow gets discovered. A hiding place can only do so much once people figure out exactly where it is. Now, do I think that the average person's going to be walking around your house looking for it? No. Odds are your house is probably never going to get broken into, but there's always the possibility that it could, which is why I think a well-hidden safe that's slightly bigger than what you think you actually need I think those are the first two keys. Now the third one is the weight of the safe. A lot of safes aren't extremely heavy. Maybe they're a couple 100 pounds, which I know sounds heavy, but for a safe, it's not really all that heavy. I think, especially when you're first starting out, if you are just now getting a safe and you really don't have all that much precious metals, if you don't have that much silver, don't have that much gold, it's like, all right, well, it's going to take a really long time for me to weigh this thing down with, metal bars and coins and rounds and stuff like that. I think something you could do in the meantime is throw a couple of weight plates in there. You have the room. Why not throw a couple 45-pound weight plates in there? Or if it's a little bit smaller or more narrow, maybe some 25-pound weight plates in there, just to weigh it down a little bit more. But even when the safe is empty, I would say if you have the cash to do it, get a safe that's pretty much too heavy to even pick up on your own or even pick up with two people when it's empty, let alone when it's packed with metals. That's what I believe. That's what makes the most sense to me. But on top of all that, even if the safe weighs 5,000 pounds, even if the safe weighs more than your car, I say regardless, bolt it down to the ground anyway. Doesn't matter how big it is, doesn't matter how heavy it is, doesn't matter what you have inside that adds, hundreds and hundreds of pounds to it. It doesn't matter. I say bolt it down to the ground anyway. That's tip number 3. Weigh it down and bolt it down. So hopefully that was helpful. But now I want to talk about 2 other things because let's be honest, safes can be a little bit expensive. And this is something that I struggled with at the very beginning. I was like, well, I don't really have much silver at all. Why do I need to put, hundreds and hundreds of dollars into a safe when I really don't have all that much? And, at the end of the day, do I need it just yet? I put it off. I kept putting it off for the first couple of months, and I realized at the end of the day that I might not have all that much silver, but I have way more silver than the average person has, which is 0 troy ounces of silver. So what I did in the meantime was tell myself, I was like, well, if I'm telling myself that I can't afford a safe just yet, can I afford to be stacking? Now you can ask yourself this question, and you might have a different answer, but my answer to the question was, well, no. Maybe I shouldn't get any more silver until I get myself a safe. So what I did in the meantime was get myself a little mini lockbox, and I know this is not a safe. It's about the size of a shoebox. It's just something temporary because I believe having something is better than having nothing. But here's the thing. It might be a little mini lockbox. It might have a handle. A lot of people say, oh, you could just walk off with the thing. A thief can just pick it up on their own with the handle and leave. Here's the thing. I did not get it in the event of somebody stealing it. I got it because it's fire resistant. It's a little mini lockbox. It's also called a firebox or a security box, whatever you want to call it. It's fire resistant. In the event of a fire, having a handful of silver in a little mini lockbox is a whole lot better than having it in your sock drawer, if you know what I mean. So like I said, something is better than nothing. If you cannot afford a safe just yet, a lot of safes are hundreds of dollars, sometimes thousands of dollars, depending on the size and the brand and the security features. It could be crazy, crazy, crazy amounts of currency. So in the meantime, I think a smart alternative would be to get a mini lockbox. It could help. It's fire resistant. The one that I got was only about $30. I will link it in the description if you guys want to read a little bit more about the one that I have, but it was about $30, give or take. You want to know what else is about $30? An ounce of silver with the premiums right now. So maybe this week, if that's something that you do in fact want to get, maybe consider picking up 1 less ounce of silver and put that amount of cash into a mini lockbox while you're saving up to get an actual proper safe. So that's bonus number 1. And bonus number 2 is not a product, it's not a tip for a safe, it's a security strategy. For someone like me who's been working in the field that I've been working in over the years and studying the industry that I've been studying over the years, I've learned a thing or two about safety and security. And one thing stood out to me the most. One thing seems to be probably the most relevant to talk about in today's video, and I know for a fact that this is going to come in handy for a lot of people watching right now, It's referred to as the 5 Ds of security. Number 1 is deter, 2 is detect, 3 is delay, 4 is deny, 5 is defend. So I want to run through those very, very quickly and give everybody a basic understanding of, because at the end of the day, it's not just the safe. A safe is just a small part of your overall layers of physical security. So for deter, what is something that acts as a deterrent? Oftentimes, it's having an alarm system. If you have a sign outside of your house that says that you have an alarm system, oftentimes an intruder or a would-be intruder will say, screw that. The risk outweighs the reward, not worth it. I'm going to go elsewhere to a more vulnerable household. Another deterrent, having a German Shepherd running around the yard. The beware of dog sign. The dog barking out the window every time somebody comes past the driveway. A big dog is a deterrent as well. Surveillance cameras, also a deterrent. But like I said at the beginning of the video, there is absolutely nothing you can do to make yourself invincible when it comes to physical security, but there is a lot you can do to make yourself significantly less vulnerable. And these things help. These things make you less vulnerable. They don't make you invincible, but they deter a would-be intruder. Number 2 is detect. This is where the surveillance cameras make a whole lot of sense. So if you're someone like me, you might not have outdoor security cameras. You have outdoor and indoor security cameras. Tons of cameras running 24 hours a day, and the way phone apps are set up nowadays, you can actually set it to where you get an alert on your phone if there's motion detected on one of your interior cameras or your exterior, but cars driving by and squirrels, there's no reason for all that. But on the inside of the house, if you're not home and nobody's home, there's absolutely no reason for there to be movement going on inside. So what it'll do, it'll alert your phone. And it's a camera. The app connects to the camera, and you can just pull out your phone and look at what's going on screen. And if there's someone in your house that you know for a fact doesn't live there and you're not home, yeah, you can call 911 if you want. I know 911 is, minutes away at times, but like I said, it's better than going, a full 8, 10, 12-hour workday and then coming home later that night and finding out that someone was in your house. I think it's a little bit better for, to get a notification on your phone and you can see it. You can screenshot it, you can record it. It's right there in your pocket. Your phone could be a monitor. So that would be to detect. The third one would be to delay. A would-be intruder does not have any interest in spending the afternoon in your house. He or she wants to get in, get out as quickly as possible within minutes, if not seconds. They want to break into the house, they want to take something, they want to leave. They don't want to hang out, they don't want to stroll around, they don't want to dilly-dally, they don't want to take their time. So anything you can do to make their experience more difficult and make them invest time into what they're doing can scare them away. Breaking into the house, looking around, not finding anything. Oh, let me check this room. Oh, let me go upstairs. Let me go to the basement. Let's go over here. Let's go over there. Delaying what they're trying to do, making it last longer than what they want. They want to get in, they want to get out. And if you make it to the point where they can't find anything, if you make it to the point where they can't locate anything, can't access anything, this is where locks on your door, this is a very prime example, very simplistic example. Locking the door is a whole lot longer to break into than just opening a door that's already unlocked, or breaking into a window rather than just opening up an unlocked window. And the same thing goes for the safe. If you have a well-hidden safe, there's no guarantee that it will never be found, but if it does get found and it's bolted down to the ground and it weighs thousands and thousands of pounds and they don't know the combination, or they don't have the biometrics to get in, they don't have the password, and it just takes an incredibly long time for them to either break into it or for them to remove it from the house, which they're probably going to be unable to do anyway if it's bolted down to the ground and weighs thousands of pounds, which is why I said maybe throw a couple of 45-pound weight plates in there. The fourth one would be deny. Now, this is something coming from the cybersecurity realm. It's more so denying access to logging into some type of account or some type of database, but the same goes for physical security design as well. Denying access, unable to get inside. You got 16 locks on the door, you have this, you have that, and the same thing goes for the combination on the safe, denying them access. If they don't know the combination, they can't just open it up the way that they want to open it up. They're going to have to try to figure out a way to break into it or remove it or do what they have to do, which kind of goes hand in hand with what I just said about delay. And then number 5 is defend. Now, pretty self-explanatory. If you're home, we do have the Bill of Rights. A lot of people say, well, why do you need that? Well, nobody needs it. It's the Bill of Rights, not the Bill of Needs. But that's all I'm going to say about that, because YouTube's not a big fan of that particular topic of discussion. It's a little controversial, which the advertisers don't like. I understand. But here's the thing. It doesn't just go for that. That's why I'm a prime believer in remaining physically fit and undergoing years of hand-to-hand combat training. I believe that's even more effective. And that's something I would prefer to do. I would love to grapple with an intruder. But that's defense. So those are the 5 Ds of security: deter, detect, delay, deny, and defend. I also included the temporary product that you could use, a little mini lockbox. It's the size of a shoebox, very easy to hide. You could put it practically anywhere. It's the size of a shoebox. You can hide that thing. It's not a big giant safe, but it's something you could do in the meantime while you're saving up for a big giant safe. Something's better than nothing, and like I said, it's fire resistant. The one that I use, well, not anymore, but the one that I have, I'll link it in the description in case you want to read a little bit more about it. Amazon affiliate link where you can purchase it if that's what you want to do. And of course, the 3 tips for buying an actual proper safe. Make sure the size is right. I say go big or go home. Make sure once you get one of the right size, make sure it's well hidden. Make sure it's not, right out in the open. You want a very, very incredibly well hidden safe. And then 3, once you got the big bulky safe, once you've hidden it as well as possible, make sure it's bolted down to the ground and make sure it weighs a whole lot. If it doesn't weigh as much as it could possibly weigh it down. Throw some weight plates in there, throw whatever you need to throw in there to make it as heavy as possible, but regardless of how much it weighs, even if it weighs 10,000 pounds, bolt it down to the ground anyway. That's just what I say. This isn't financial advice. This is all just my opinion, and I'm just thinking out loud over here, but it is something that makes a lot of sense to me, and hopefully this makes sense to you. So let me know in the comments if you follow any of these, if you've ever heard of the 5 Ds of security, if they make sense to you, if you have any other bonus tips or anything that you would like to add that I didn't include in today's video. Head on down to the comments and let me know. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Just hit 1,000. I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course, the brand new Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of money for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know if there's anything that you think that I missed in today's video. Drop a comment. If there's anything that you would like to add to the list, or maybe a tip that I didn't even mention in today's video when it comes to buying a safe. If you have any specific name brand safes that you think are the best, head on down to the comments and let me know, because I would like to get another safe one day, a much, much, much bigger safe, and I'm all ears. I'm here for recommendations as well. I'm here giving tips, but I would love for additional tips that I can take into consideration. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and anything related to the deter, detect, delay, deny, defend, and if you have a mini lockbox, or if a mini lockbox is something that you're going to be getting for yourself in the meantime while you're saving up for a nice big proper safe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.